I keep switching between graduation and completion. I want you to remember one thing for you, since you guys are PhDs. Completion for you means when your curriculum stops. In this case, you can do your CPT up till the date you do your defense. After that, no more CPT, okay? Makes sense? Because you've defended, now you're just going to do corrections, that's it, right? After graduation or after completion of the program, this gets a little bit more complicated because the US government gives you more options as to what constitutes completion. Okay. Again, temporary work authorization directly related in your field of study. So if you're a physics major, field of physics. Okay. Engineering major, field of engineering. Whatever you basically your degree you're getting, that's what you have to connect it to. This is authorized by the US government. Okay. The USCIS is what you'll usually hear the acronym, but it's the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services. So what you do is you actually compile the paperwork, mail it to the US government, okay, and get an approval. What we do in that middle part is kind of be the person who checks your application and gets you a new I-20 to make sure you mail everything away. Duration, OPT, optional practical training, is granted for 12 months. Okay, most of you don't want to have it for 12 months. Students who are in STEM majors, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, will have an option for an additional 17-month extension on your 12 months. So you could potentially get 29 months of employment authorization. We'll cover that also. Who's eligible? Again, full-time students who've been maintaining status, right? If you fall out of status, well, obviously you're not going to be, or may not be eligible for this, okay? If you fall out of status, you really need to come and talk to us. That, again, that's a rare thing for PhDs. Because once you're an ADD, one credit will make you full-time, right? So as far as enrolling classes, that shouldn't be a problem at all. How soon can you file for this? Up to 90 days before your completion date. Okay, program completion date. What does that mean? Program completion, again, depends on when your curriculum stops. The OPT packet has a chart that talks about and shows you what that means, okay? So I want you to take a look at that when you come to that point. But you can apply as early as 90 days prior to that date, completion date. Why 90 days? Because it can end up taking up to 90 days to get an approval. So plan ahead and get it in early. That way one thing I tell students, get it off your plate. You don't have to focus on this. Focus on academics once you're done with this. And then all you're doing is just waiting for the employment authorization to come back. It's pretty high. You know, I rarely get students that this OPT is not approved, okay? Unless they fail to provide all the proper documentation. If you do that, let's say something is missing, the government will mail you a letter saying, please send us this information. They'll hold that process. If you fail to do that, then they'll cancel this, okay? That's the most common one that happens, but it's a very, very high percentage of approvals. Again, the government is not here to say, no, we don't want you to work. We do want you to work, but give us the appropriate paperwork in the appropriate time frame. So we'll go a little bit more into this one. Start date, you get to decide what the start date is, okay? But it must fall within a 60-day period of after your program completion. So let's say your program completion is going to be May 8th. After May 8th, you have a 60-day period with that range. You must decide when I want my OPT to begin at the time of application. Okay. Again, this information is also covered in the OPT package. Simplest thing to maintain status in this, you got to work in your field of study. You've got to work at least 20 hours per week. So there's a minimum, there's no maximum. Okay? You can work for multiple employers at the same time too, as long as all employment is in your field of study. Sometimes it does happen that students will work for 2 employers. Again, recap, optional practical training, 12 months of authorization. You've got to work at least 20 hours per week in your field of study, right? That's a simple one. The 17-month STEM extension. This, again, like I said, was anybody who's got a STEM degree and it's been, what's going to happen is on your I-20 page 3, you will see in the upper left-hand corner, there'll be a 5-digit code. There'll be 2 digits, period, and then 4, I believe. Okay, or 6, something like that. You'll see that code, the CIP code, which is the Curricular Instructional Program code. What that's doing is taking every institution has a different name for their degree or their program, but they must all fit into the education department's code, okay? That's the code that appears on your I-20. So sometimes the name of your program listed on the front page of your I-20 may not be exactly what it's listed at MSU. But don't worry about that part. Okay, that's the government's definition. So as long as that degree falls within the STEM, then you'll be eligible for this 17-month extension. Typically, you want to start applying about 4 months before your current OPT finishes. There's a separate packet for that, and there are certain other requirements for that. Okay. Don't focus too much on this. On the CPT and OPT is what you need to focus, because that's what you'll be doing first.
For more information about PhD Career Services, please visit www.careersuccess.msu.edu/PhD careers. Thanks for watching.